Question 4.3 wants us to calculate the coordinates of the turning point. If you look at your answer sheet, there's 2 ways into doing this, and the first method has 3 ways in which they calculate the x value. But we will only be looking at the 2 ways in which they calculate the x value, and both ways in which we can calculate the turning point. So for the first method, let's go ahead and write out our equation. We have f of x is equals to minus 1 over 2 x squared plus 2x plus 6. And it takes into consideration that at the turning point, the gradient is equals to 0. The equation that gives us the gradient would be then the derivative of f of x and then we're going to go ahead and equate this derivative to 0, and we get that x is equals to 2. The second way we can find the x value is by using this equation that says x is equals to a negative b over 2a. Our b is a negative, so the negative is there, but our b is just a 2, and our a is a negative 1 over 2. And this will also give us a 2. Now that we have the x value, we can go ahead and substitute it into the equation. And we'll get a value of 8, giving us a turning point of 2 and 8. For the second method, normally our equation is given as axb plus bx plus c, but we can change that to ax plus p squared plus q by using the complete the square method. And once we find that, we know that the negative of p and q are then going to be our turning points. So let's go ahead and rewrite our equation. F of x is equals to negative 1 over 2 x squared plus 2x plus 6. The first thing we're going to do is take out the negative 2 as a common factor, and we'll get negative 4x minus 12 here. To complete the square, we're going to take half of b squared, add it, and also subtract it. So our b is equals to a negative 4. That implies half of our b is equals to a negative 2. So we're going to go ahead and add a special 0, right? By adding and subtracting it, we basically did nothing, right? So we're going to go ahead and add, and we're going to subtract. Now this part over here gives us a perfect square, so we can rewrite it as a perfect square. And we can add those two together. Okay. Once we're done, we can multiply out with that negative a half. So we can see here that the negative of our p value and our q value will give us the turning point.